Good evening, Nigeria. Welcome to the show. Now, here we talk about things that happen for inside Nigeria. Another beautiful day to talk about things that share for inside our country, Nigeria. My name is Precious in this now update with Precious. And it always sweet my belly to bring on an update of the things that would happen for inside our country. Without taking too much of your time, make a rush quickly go bring on the headline of the matter. Then we'll begin at the flesh them with the inside one by follow. Okay, so for inside the headline. I mean, if you know, join the first half of life, what I do to brushing through some things really happen for inside the country. We don't do that one before. So some headlines did for that one, we know they here. But some, just very few, they here too. But with more new recent things, will be said don't happen. All right, make I go ahead with the tell now. Stop the globetrot, oh, stop globetrotting, wakaring from one place to the other. Not they wakaring anyhow. Stay at home and tackle Nigeria's challenges. Peter Obi tells President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This one, now the international community don't they cry, say bandits and terrorists don't kill 184 students, kidnap 1,700 for inside Nigeria. And on a president, where he go? Where they go? 15-year-old girl murdered while running errands, body mutilated. Now police now they talk this one. Meanwhile, as it gets to do with the one way DSS carry Shawarego court for cyber stalking and cyber bullying President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, I tell on earlier, I say Shawari don't tender a video of Reno Omokri, Tinubu ambassadorial confirmed nominee, as if they call President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a known drug lord. Say this one be say then say in go Chicago, he use in hand get the information. All right. So I mean, if person want to appoint, we call and drug lord. So I bring the evidence. Come, when I see whether the evidence they evidential enough. We'll take over shops that remain closed. Anambra Governor Soludo doubles down against sit-at-home orders. In fact, as a matter of fact, he said no going back on the main market closure. If I like me, I protest from today to tomorrow. Say they must make sure say they close the market. Don't push me to even demolish it because I will carry bulldozer, come out that whole market, end Onitsha market for life. If you no one open up, the largest market in West Africa. Now you want end like that? That's not what people they talk. Why not allow people? They are shop owners. Now then get the shop. Now then their rights to own the shop. But then carry their hand. No when they won't buy and sell market. So Soludo say in the degree for that one. Say that they sabotage the economy of the southeast and the economy of the state where they inside in the inside. Because of that, in no good grief for them at all. Now police don't uncover 7.7 billion naira cyber enabled telecom fraud. Arrest 6. And I'm gonna let you in on this cyber enabled fraud. As I talk to you like this, Iyabo Obasanjo don't join APC. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo daughter Iyabo Obasanjo don't join APC. And Atiku Abubakar don't host ADC stakeholders. Don't promise it through to God. I go rescue Nigeria from APC. All right then. And then he worked for Peter Obi in 2023. Igbo APC youth protest appointment of Ihedioha. Just before you go there, which of the Ihedioha will we talk about now? Now Ihedioha, Emeka Ihedioha, but we will reach there when the time comes. 2026 budget. Nigerian government to borrow 2 trillion naira every month 2 trillion times 12 months. How much could be that one? 24 trillion naira. Now your government could borrow for every month to use service or finance the 2026 budget. And guess what? Wasteful budget because everything within inside now waste. That now waiting economic analyst Carlo Aja talk. Not be me talk and I go say I know sabi economy, but who sabi economy don't talk and say in look through the budget from up to down. Nothing there the budget now waste. And now wait till they go borrow 2 trillion naira every month to use fund. Meanwhile, NLCTUC don't defy court orders, say SCT workers strike remains lawful, accuse Wike of intimidation. Say Wike won't use judiciary intimidate us. He want to intimidate us with judiciary. He want to intimidate us. ISWAP terrorists capture 13 Nigerian soldiers, kill 7 others in Borno. This is a very sad story. So ISWAP don't kill 7 of our soldiers, kidnapped 13 as we talk to you like this, and this is not very bad news. Meanwhile, police secretly arrested detained missing Uni students for 5 days and denied her phone access. Now wow, this is where our police they do self. Once they arrest you, they make sure say you don't get access to your phone. What is going on here? Where did they learn this kind of style them from? Okay, so Nigerians they stranded for inside Brazil. They don't accuse President Bola Ahmed Tinubu airpiece of scam over fake Lagos Sao Paulo direct flight deal. So if you remember, after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu go Brazil, when he talked saying no more corruption for Nigeria, saying don't end corruption, he made a commitment saying there will be direct flights between from Brazil to Lagos State. But now Nigeria has done the wait now, made the thing happen now. it no happen. What in fact we go talk about it when we come. Come be like say the deal is not dealing now. Waiting people they talk. Now, 2 killed, 1 injured as DSS operative opens fire on Abuja residents. Just open fire like that for Abuja residents. Bread, 2 killed. Okay, yeah, that's the conversation there. And then gunmen kidnapped pregnant woman in Ondo community. 90-year-old man injured. Another one again, another attack again. The attack plenty. I talk for the other news. This time around, I say make I reduce the number of attacks. Then make person for not get high blood pressure. Where they read all this news. Then Osun local government tenure case stalls as APC fails to appear in court. So the case we get to do with Osun local government tenureship, that one we consign why they say they no will give them allocation. It don't get killed because APC no lawyer no come. So because of that, the case no continue. Meanwhile, Edo government AAU accused of secretly arresting, detaining 3 former student leaders over Ipoma protest. They say their former students leaders, now they go arrest, come detain, they say why? Say now then and they actually make the students then go protest that time. For that, they don't detain them now secretly, and they don't let people know so that outcry no go day again. ADC don't unveil 50-member panel to draft policy manifesto, and person where they lead them now Odige Oyegu, John Odige Oyegu, former APC chairman, and then Pat Utume, and then go draft this for ADC. Now ADC now don't unveil this 50-member panel like this. Okay, and then nearly 2 years after Air Force cadets killing in Abia, family accuses Nigerian military of cover up. So na killer Peking die finish when I see the cover up. Now waiting Abia State family they talk. We will take over shops that remain closed. I don't tell you within Oga Chukuma Charles Soludo talk. And then I don't tell you say Peter Obi don't tell President Tinubu making it the globe truth. Meanwhile, terrorists abduct 5 women in Ekiti, demand 100 million naira ransom. 5 women say when I go pay 100 million before I see the women back. Terrorists raise ransom to 250 million naira, 20 motorcycles for the Kaduna State people. Then when they kidnapped for that church, the Equa Church for Kaduna State, last week's Sunday, saying at 250 million they will pay them. Well, very unintelligent and unschooled narrative. Mark Tishihu blast by Ononoga over unnecessary excuses after Tinubu's fall in Turkey. And then National Human Rights Commission raises alarm over forced evictions in Lagos, market closure in Anambra State. What's in the human rights is going on here? Not people human rights. That now waiting National Human Rights Commission they talk. No directive from President Tinubu to prosecute Shawore on cyber stalking. And the DSS now they talk that one. Then one they go ahead to prosecute them now. We won't obey law. Headers Group, Mark Ban, condemns Sunday Igboho's pardon as tribal justice, accuses him of attacks on Fulani. God, last, I just pray make it be say these Fulani people don't get problem with indigenous Yoruba people because what's going on here? Oh, wow. When Igbo people say na injustice against Nnamdi Kanu, say they release them. Now they say na injustice against Ona way don't they accused and don't take responsibility for killing some people before. How many people Igbo kill? Hey, Miyeti Allah. Why not they do like this? In case you don't know the mark, but now Miyeti Allah. Now what they talk about. Oh, all right. No vex. So they come back to that. After stumbling and falling in Turkey, a presidency claims President Tinubu is in great shape. And then very quickly, we'll take over shops that remain closed. I don't tell you, so August Soludo talk, say well, all of these are moments, and I will carry come your demand. And I'd like to thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure to be with you. Okay, thank you so much. Sincere apologies for that brief. I don't know what happened to the network there, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to the show. I see all of you live here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry if my network twitched or a little bit. I didn't actually notice it. Thank you everyone. Thank you and welcome. So let's just get straight to the conversation of the day. So former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Oga Peter Obi, don't tell President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, say, you know what, you don't reach when you be say you stay for inside your country, make you tackle the problem of your people for inside your country. Instead of you to the work up from one place to the other, it's enough. Sit down one place, make you tackle your people problem. And you see, I'm here for inside the message with BC Peter Obi put out to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, he stated that the president had failed to fix the country's power sector and deliver uninterrupted electricity to Nigerians. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he said, campaign promise in 2022 was clear. If I do not provide steady electricity in my first 4 years, do not vote for me for the second term. 4 years don't they reach now, you never still do it. Now waiting Peter Obi the reminder of. Now, despite many Mr. Tinubu's campaign promises to fix country's epileptic power sector and deliver uninterrupted electricity power to Nigerians, the national grid had collapsed multiple times since he became president. Now, Mr. Obi said Tinubu's campaign slogan, "No steady power in 4 years, no second term," decried incessant collapse of the national grid, adding the reality sharply contrasts to the president's campaign promises. So the politician added that, yet in January 2026 alone, 2 times now, Olule, the thing don't sharp, you don't lule. Now the reality sharply contradicts what the president promised, Peter Obi said. And he said, at the same time, the president is on another foreign trip, this time to Turkey, a country of about 87 million people, roughly a third of Nigeria's population. Yet Turkey generates and distributes over 120,000 megawatts of electricity, while Nigeria struggles with less than 5% of that capacity. The contrast is both striking and painful. And so Peter Obi talked. Mr. Obi say, our appeal is simple: stay at home and confront the nation's problems. At this rate, we may soon hear of trips to Palau or Vanuatu while critical issues remain unattended at home. And yet, our collective preoccupation seems to be the next election. Rather than how to secure good governance, we should be joining hands to demand accountability and responsible leadership, and to save Nigerians from the indignity and suffering caused by persistent bad leadership. Now, what was supposed to do with that? Now, waiting President Bola to talk. But as in talk this one, now people can't remember. Say, excuse me. Now, the too much travel now they cause this kind of things. Because you know, if you remember yesterday, we told you that the president missed a step and fell. Now, people don't they talk about that fall for too much, and I say make I even bring on some kind of evidence. In fact, TÖRRØR show later today. In fact, people looking at some of those videos where we say come up as in fall. People come talk say, excuse me, what's going on here? In fact, before I even go to that video, say, make I tell you what's in somebody like Magdi Shehu talk. So, political commentator and activist Shehu Magdi don't slam the explanation we be say by Onanaga give or the presidency give for the brief stumbling involving President Bola Ahmed Tinubu during an official reception for inside Turkey, describing it as very unintelligent and unschooled narrative of what happened. Now, Magdi made the remarks in a post reacting to the comments by Tinubu spokesman Bayo Onanuga, who said the former Lagos governor, that is the president, lost his balance after stepping on a metal object on the parade ground. Now Magdi say, calm down. Which metal object? Where the metal object dey? While others saying are true, there was a metal object. It looked like say he stumbled over something. So they had to see. You can see the tweet of Magdi there. That's what he put them on. But every other person they still also buy this issue of metal object and waiting make and fall and all that. Magdi questioned the plausibility of the explanation, arguing that a parade ground meant for a high-level diplomatic event would have been subjected to intense security screening long before the economy, and then something will go common, will go cause any hazard supposed on the off the way. According to him, the claim that the metal object was left on the ground amounted to what he described as unnecessary excuses aimed at downplaying the incident. They say, which kind of unnecessary excuse be this one I will use downplay what happen? And president not be the first person we don't fall. In fact, people don't even post them. People like Renan Mokere and all that say, why are you people making it look like other president don't fall? They can't show picture of Donald Trump, former president of the United States, or Joe Biden when he fall. But most of those people, then as you see their pictures fall, so they stand up quickly, begin run back, they go where they go. But it not be exactly the case for our own as it take happen. So people say all this also they use give us excuse, and they also give us excuse with the way them use immediately handle the situation. I mean, everybody go go fit sleep. Nobody will need to sleep. But your ability to fit stand up, gain your ground when you sleep, na matter. Make it no come be like say we don't know what we do or we don't know what we talk about. But others are looking at it that is it that you're just deliberately making excuses because this excuse way they make now of what significance it is. Now people begin even bring up pictures and stuff inside the event. How it be say the talking president, they use hold the hand of our president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the director, how in the position and the director. Now people say, what in the name of embarrassment is this? Should a president be handled like a toddler? Now we see people they talk for the streets of social media. Say the way they vote, but the way the president use hold that president, say they like toddler. In fact, this one is still as people they complain as it get to do with the fact. Say, you remember when US strike Nigeria, and Shegumi was very, very upset. And one of the things he said is that instead of us to go places like Turkey, go seek for help, Palestine, I mean, he called them to go seek for help. Would they go to a known terrorist sympathizer like United States go seek for help? But people they talk say even Turkey itself, are they purely clean for that way we say they talk? Are they thoroughly clean? If you look Turkey for everything we consign them, what they do, themselves they need to subtly sympathize with some of these Islamic extremists. That now waiting people they talk about. And true to him, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't go talking. Some people call they say, hey, so our president they even obey Shegumi past any other person. Because people they talk say, or with all the things Shegumi don't talk, why it be say they had to arrest them? Because if we have said that the activities or the actions of these people who are they call bandits, an act of terrorism, and then they see person where they support them, say make we no sanction them, make we leave them, say that they do them out of anger, and when they feel like say they support them, when different occasion don't go see them for inside bush, follow they negotiate, and we don't claim say oh this negotiation now because of say that say the Nigerian police they even guide the Nigerian security and they guide them when they go. So if person went on they do this kind of thing, is it not enough for you guys actually calling for questioning? Again, if Gumi was an Igbo chieftain, an Igbo cleric, would you call him to order? Would you invite him by now? If he was an Igbo Christian clergy, if it was from south, anywhere in the south, would you have called him to order? Why did they like say some people then get power past others from inside our country? That's my question when people they ask. Why people try to compare both the events, of other presidents and way be say don't fall. Say it no matter person they sleep. Now this now where did we say they practically direct our president, like see him. So people can't even it's now people mark them, not be me mark them. So my own not to bring on evidence of what's happening for streets of social media. So you see him. So now people say, apart from the sleeping, it's just almost clear. Say the president no, they gidigba as it take be. So you see the way another president. I mean, the president of Turkey is almost as old as our president. So how come him fits get more stability in leg full grant past our own president? That's not what people they talk. People come they see you see this kind of thing. Say it never reach Nigeria and go they bring leaders who be say go feel gallant to use represent us. Gallant both in mind and in body and in soul and everywhere. Gallant everywhere. Not be the one way be say we would always get this kind of issue all the time. So people don't complain about this on well. And but the president is saying no. The excuse when they give the people come say I bet more leave that excuse. Now an excuse is not excusing at all at all. Now metal object now make can fall. Why metal object don't make the president of Turkey also fall? But the most important thing for this trip we get to do with Turkey itself, not be just about the falling, because they pay attention to falling and all that. It did one thing why I noticed on this trip with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu go. And for me, I feel like it is an embarrassment and it's shameful that the president of Nigeria no fit gets better media team will put up a good PR for him, apart from the PR of propaganda and shaming and lambasting people who will be criticize the government. Because how do you have a president of a country travel to Turkey and the Turkey president they talk, no one interpreter? So everything where they say the Turkey president talk, now them say we hear him, we no understand. In go do so investment, in go do so thing. He spoke in his language, and there was no on the spot interpreter to interpret to Nigerians. You don't go to such events without an interpreter. That's not what people they talk. How like with all the money would they spend for PR, with all the money with all the media aids where the president gets, no sign language interpreter, no normal talkie to English language interpreter. So we not even hear all the things that the Turkey president talk. Not only the things where our presidents talk, now we hear. Every other thing where the Turkey president talk, we no hear them at all. Now the explanation where they give us say we will do so investment or we'll get so investment. Now only that one I be say we hear. Not be say we hear the place where the man they talk and well for English language. He's speaking his language. So why it be say a whole president of Nigeria could they go such a time for everywhere when they go, including France, including any non-English speaking country? I think it should be statutory that the president, should go around with interpreters we go fit interpret, and inside in media aid you should actually have people who speak different international languages, including when they go China. How we go they carry, we will just trust the thing. People will go even feel read those documents them well. People will just present us with documents. I will not even know the content of the documents. Maybe in a years later we'll come find out say get clauses where you know go benefit us well. Why would they do like that for Nigeria? This is not question where BC people they ask, because I noted what happened for inside this event, and it shocked me. Say we no fit get an interpreter to break down wetin dey happen with all the money Nigeria gets. If they tell you how much they go pay for Esther code and all that for this trip, now it go shock you. And then we could not have somebody that would have an on the spot interpretation of every translation of everything where be say they happen for inside that event. But we spend a lot of money. Why do we major on the minor and minor on the major? The things and way they important, because not only should we have gone with a Turkey to English translator or interpreter, we are also supposed to have gone with a sign language expert. Where be say apart from say, because some people we still get eye get ear, we still they talk, still they understand sign language. So we're supposed to go with the sign language expert. Why would they do like this? Omo, this entire meal. Then they don't tell us now the gains of the conference. So if they say they go, they don't sign this part. They don't. That's what we don't hear and plenty times. So of what benefit is it? And then why is Turkey doing this for us? That's the most important thing. Why Turkey won't help us? Why Turkey they interested to help us? Waiting then get to gain, because no country be your messiah. No country, including the United States, nobody be your messiah. Nothing goes for nothing in this life. You must, it's a give and take. You must give and take. So waiting Turkey won't help us for. Why then they won't help us? Instead of us to sit down, plan how it be say, we go make sure say we get this country working. How we want to get this country working if it be say we no do the right thing. And then with all of this travel, all the times that we don't travel, we hear say we will get a particular amount of investment for inside a United Arab Emirates. We hear of an investment we're supposed to get for inside India and all of that. How many of them come through? How many of those investments don't come? That's all we hear say over how many $billions don't enter inside our waiting in the column, our economy. How that money you should see inside our economy. So it's not just about signing pacts and signing agreements and showing that we've indeed signed those agreements, of what impacts those agreements then get. I mean, we sign contracts for inside Brazil. We say we will get direct flights from Sao Paulo to Nigeria. But right now, Nigerians in Brazil, they cry out, say they no fit get the flight to come back. They don't even they call the deal where our president and APs get with the Brazilian authorities. Say na fake, say na scam, say they scam them. See, now Nigerians living in Brazil have accused the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Nigerian airline AirPeace of deceiving them with what they described as a fraudulent promise of direct flights between Lagos and Sao Paulo. A development that has now left many of them stranded and financially distressed. Now, the agreement, if you remember now, it was said to have been published on a memorandum of understanding. Remember now when President Bola made that time when he go now matter we making say no more corruption for Nigeria. However, several months after the agreement was celebrated by government officials and widely circulated in the media, nothing has materialized. One Nigerian resident in Brazil told newsmen that the entire arrangement was deceptive from the outset. The memorandum of understanding signed by the Tinubu government with Brazil in August is a big scam, and they just gave us, that is Nigerians living here, a false hope. It was all a lie, the Nigerian resident in Brazil said. You can imagine this, particularly the aspect of AirPeace flying direct flights between Lagos and Sao Paulo before they came to Brazil to deceive us. Nigerians were spending up to 1,500 to go from Nigeria to Brazil. This was because there was no direct flight. We also moved through Addis Ababa, that is Ethiopia, and South Africa and Europe to come to Brazil. But now when they tell us a direct flight, all of us don't put mind here, say it will happen. It never happened. The Air Peace chairman gave us false hope when he brought his flight down, his what his flight that time to us in Brazil. So now, again, that's exactly what we're talking about in most of these agreements we sign. We keep signing agreements where we say at the end of the day, people need to see the impacts. Months after these agreements are signed now, nothing don't happen. Nothing don't happen and nothing don't come out of them. Well, very quickly moving on. Save the Children International don't talk, say at least 1,683 learners, that is children, nine they kidnap. That's about 1,700 children. Nine they kidnap for inside Nigeria within the last 3 years. I mean, within the between 2014 and 2022, nine they don't kidnap. Now, 184 were killed and about 25 buildings were destroyed. Now, the NGO they disclosed this one for inside a statement where they said they released it. Now, UNICEF don't report say about 10.5 million primary school aged children, making 25% or 25.6% were not enrolled in school in Nigeria at all. Now, the NGO explained that among the numbers released by UNICEF, girls accounted for about 60% of out of school children in Nigeria. The 2026 International Day of Education, Save the Children Nigeria, is calling for stronger government investment and partnership. So the most painful part of this, now the fact say we always look away when these things happen with our children. We go name different kidnap of children we don't happen within this period of time. Within this period of time, 9 Chibok time happened from 2014 to now. 9 Dapchi girls happen. 9 Kankara school children happen. 9 the ones that will happen in recent times under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Niger State children on the Gombe, which other states with that Jigawa state children. So different one now under this same period. Now all this attack will happen. And this number, some people they talk say it is very poor because if we count all those ones joined together, it go past like this. And remember, a lot of them have died. Remember, not just in those school kidnapping zones, including when they go to churches and raid and kill. Children die. A lot of children, including the Yawata home, where they say a lot of children die too. So you can imagine children being target of terror in your country. Imagine children being target of terror in your country. And what we can do is always, so most times when these attacks happen, we just look the other way. We don't even talk. We don't even talk about it anymore. It'd be like say it is tiring for government to talk about it. But I didn't mean to waste your time. I don't mean to waste your time this evening. So the police command in Gombe State confirmed the death of a 15-year-old girl, Aisha, in the Kwame community while on an errand. The confirmation followed a viral video showing the girl's body found in a hole near Wakil on Chuguji village in Kwame local government area. Police spokesperson Buhari Abdullahi said in a statement that Miss Aisha was sent to buy soybeans on Monday evening but never returned home. The report was made by the father, Malam Abubakar, around 12 noon on Tuesday. Abdullahi told journalists in Gombe. According to the report, she was sent to buy soybeans at about 5:40 p.m. on Monday and did not return. Unfortunately, her lifeless body was discovered in a bush on the outskirts of the village today. Mr. Abdullahi explained. He said detectives visited the photo and photographed the scene, noting visible signs of violence and mutilation on parts of the girl's body. Abdullahi said the corpse was evacuated and to the hospital for medical examination. Very sad. A small girl go message. Well, let's move very quickly to Shaware's case. So, human rights activist and former AAC presidential candidate Samuel Shaware on Tuesday, yesterday, presented a video in which former presidential aide to President Goodluck Jonathan, that is Reno Mokri, referred to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as international drug baron during proceedings at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Now, Shaware is standing trial for allegedly cyber stalking President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and calling him a criminal in a case brought by the Department of State Services. Now, or at the resumed hearing before Justice Muhammad Umaru, Defense Counsel Abubakar Mashal commenced cross-examination of the prosecution's first witness, Cyril Nosike PW, PW1, a DSS operative. Now, during cross-examination, Marshall questioned the witness on whether the DSS, as part of its statutory duties, conduct security and background checks on individuals nominated for sensitive positions, such as ambassadors, ministers, and judges. Nosike responded that he was not aware if the service carried such assignment. In case you don't understand, then ask the DSS person will come to witness against Shawari, saying, your DSS, then they check and scrutinize people who be say government won't give positions. And they check their background, scrutinize them to know who they be. I got DSS officer say in no they are aware whether they be scrutinized. You're a DSS officer and you cannot tell if senatorial nominees, ambassadorial nominees, ministerial nominees are scrutinized and checked. If they do due diligence about them, you don't know. Now, the witness was further asked why the DSS cleared Reno Mokere for an ambassadorial nomination, despite calling President Tinubu an international drug baron. Now, Nosike said that he would not explain the reason for Mokere's clearance. Nosike also surprised the court when questioned about a public statement made by President Tinubu, in which the president said he would protect the constitutional right of any Nigerian to insult, abuse, or call him names. So, when asked whether he was aware of such statements, the witness offered no defensive response. You there when President Tinubu say, go mind, make una call am, make una insult me, all of una go protect una. You don't know when he talk am. Now, Marshall then queried while the DSS proceeded to file charges against Shawari if the president had publicly committed to protecting free speech and rights under the constitution. So if the president don't talk, say publicly, I go protect free speech. Anybody if talk anything, consign me. Then why honor the Shawari? So following this, the defense sought the court's permission to admit 2 video clips as evidence. One showing Reno Mokere's showing Omokere's international drug baron comment, and another showing President Tinubu affirming the public's right to freely criticize him. So one, now when President Soludo they say, "On I get right to criticize me, no be problem with that." Another video, now the one where we say the Reno Mokere they call President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a drug baron. Don't we even go watch that video again? We could see what Reno Mokere talk about our president.
I went to the court where Bola Tinubu had this issue. I went to the Chicago State University. I went there, I saw the documents myself. Bola Tinubu is a known drug lord. I went there. Another person isn't telling me. You see the picture on the screen. I took that picture. If you move to the right, you're going to see me in that picture. Bola Tinubu is a known drug lord. He has this man who is meant to be the Minister of Labour and Productivity, or rather say on productivity, who went on TV to try to hoodwink Nigerians, telling them that the charge against Bola Tinubu was just for tax, that all he paid was tax, and he had nothing to do with drugs. That is a big lie. I have the document here. Nigerians can see it. I hope you can see it on the screen here. I have the document here. It actually says, and if you look at it, it says docket. A docket, and as I'm speaking, your viewers can go on Google and fact check me. A docket is used for a criminal pending. A criminal pending. So you don't use a docket for a civil matter. And then right on the very first paragraph on this docket, it says that this is a forfeiture action under section under 21 USC section 881. USC is the United States Criminal Code. I will say it again. USC is the United States Criminal Code. Now, if you're watching at home, you can go on Google and you can fact check me. The United States Criminal Code is Title 18, USC, United States Criminal Code. And I'm going to read what section 881 of the USC, the Criminal Code, says. Now, this is it. I'm reading it. Nigerians can see it here. This is what I'm reading. It says, the following shall be subject to forfeiture to the United States, and no property rights shall exist in them. All monies, negotiable instruments, securities, or other things of value furnished or intended to be furnished by any person in exchange for a controlled substance or listed chemical in violation of this subchapter, all proceeds traceable to such an exchange, and all monies, negotiable instruments, and securities used or intended to be used to facilitate any violation of this subchapter. The word used there is controlled substances. Now, for Nigerians who may not understand this, a controlled substance are what they call narcotics, hard drugs. In this
Well, Reynolds spoke more and more and more. I don't know if I can even play all the stuff he said.
I went to the court where Bola Tinubu had this issue. I intended to be furnished by any person in exchange for a controlled substance or listed chemical in violation of this subchapter. All proceeds traceable to such an exchange and all monies, negotiable instruments, and securities used or intended to be used to facilitate any violation of this subchapter. The word used there is controlled substances. Now, for Nigerians who may not understand this, a controlled substance are what they call narcotics, hard drugs. In this case, it was white heroin. Bola Tinubu was involved in a white heroin cartel. And he was the treasurer of that cartel. And then he put some monies into an account. He was working for Mobile. And as he was working for Mobile, his salary was $2,400. Yet he paid in a total of $1.4 million into several accounts. Now, he was asked to explain how he got those monies. He could not explain how he got those monies. So one of those accounts, the money's in there, $460,000. It was forfeited to the United States government. It was not taxed. Now, there is only one agency of the United States government that has been given the authority to take forfeited amount, and that is the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service. If you look at the case of the U.S. state, the state versus Ishmael Zambalda, who was the leader of the Sinaloa drug cartel, the exact same language that was used in this docket is the exact same language that was used for that man, Ishmael Zambalda. And if you're watching me, you can Google it. That it says that you agree to forfeit $5 million to the United States. Word for word with what was used for Bola Tinubu. The only difference is the amount. Bola Tinubu forfeited $460,000. Ishmael Zambalda forfeited $5 million. But the source of the money came from the same place, drugs.
Yeah, but let me come in very quickly. So some people who also have a school of thought will say to you, forfeiture
All right,
is
so
in fact
that's
a civil
about it.
proceeding, not
You
a
don't hear,
criminal
man,
proceeding.
this is not the first time. This interview was a long time ago, before that 2023 election. Renan Mokri gets this interview where he talked this thing, accusing the president of being a drug baron and all of that. So Shawore just simply just tender back waiting one of their own presents to, show say now waiting the president be like this. And after all, he the president don't come up before talk say, hey, you can be free to criticize me. I am the one who signed up for this job. Don't pity me. So if you had said it before, then why the DSS can't they do over Sabi according to Wetin Shawore cancel they talk? Why not they do over Sabi to go sue somebody when it be say person where it be say be the person one at this one in behalf don't already talk say I did okay, not gonna criticize me and then I may ask for the job, not gonna no pity me. If the person need seek for pity, why on the pity? And this now the question we be say people they ask concerning that matter. But we could just leave that one enter inside other issues. So very quickly, moving on to the issue, Governor Soludo don't threaten say he will take over the market if people continue with the sit at home. In fact, as a matter of fact, doctors say first of all, nothing will make an open market before Monday. As in talks in a Monday go open. Now Monday, 1 week, may they not do their business, may they do for us. If they like me, they riot from today till tomorrow. Then go day house for 1 week. And if they day house for 1 week, and that 1 week it will use open the market. So people come they talk say that is not fair and all that. Then you come to say if they push him, saying will demolish the market. And that's what people became worried that he would demolish the market and nothing will happen. So and then he'll take over some shops in the market as a matter of fact. So let's see more of what the governor of Anambra State says. So Anambra State Governor Soludo has threatened to shut down markets and revoke shop ownership from traders who continue to close their business, warning that the state government will no longer tolerate what he described as economical damaging disruptions. Now, the governor issued the warning in an address today, Wednesday, where he accused traders who immediately or who intermittently shut their shops of undermining security, economic growth, and livelihood in the state. Now, according to Soludo, frequent market closures deny the economy a significant portion of productive work days, with serious consequences for employment and income generation. They say it is not about security. It is about our security because if you deny 20% of the work there is in 1 year, then you have dealt with us very big. But we could take a listen to what Soludo talk, make you hear him with your own ears.
Prosperity. It is about our security. Because if you prosperity, it is about our security. Because if you deny 20% of the work days in a year, you are dampening our prosperity. Jobs that need to be created, incomes that need to be earned. That's what this is about. And it should be simple enough to be understood by everybody. 2024, 2025 will be very patient, pleading. 2022, 2023, we are busy fighting all of this. 2026, we are turning on gear 4. Anybody that closes any of it will help you close it for the next week. If you like holidays, we help you. But going forward, we'll now come after and take those from you and give to those who are ready to use them. At least we'll have some powers in that regard. If your market cannot open because it is your private district, I also have powers to revoke your ownership of that place in public interest. And we are going to be deploying this in coming weeks. We are still open, we're open to some conversation. But as for keeping those shops open, there is no negotiation about it. It's either that they are open or we use them for something else. Main market, for now, as it is currently structured, as our biggest market, Newi, all these markets, building materials, head bridge, this and so on and so forth. I have a meeting with their leadership tomorrow, once again, for us to have a, because by Monday, those of them, any of them that fails to be open again, going to be locked, maybe for 2 weeks, in the first instance, before we begin to take over some of them. But main market, if it remains closed again, we're going to now shut it down.
All right, so on I don't hear with Chuku Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, talk there. He don't talk, say, if on a continue like this, the market will go shut them down and nothing on a go fit do about them. That no waiting the governor of Anambra State don't talk. In fact, this one don't get a lot of people worried about waiting EBC in talk, because people they talk say this one will talk like this. Is it not against the fundamental human rights of the people? Because now then get the shops and now then get the right to decide when they want come markets and how they want use operate their business, whether or not they operate their business. The governor shouldn't, impose on them how to run their business. And if they decide, to do solidarity for Nnamdi Kanu and decide say they will close their shop, now their business goes suffer. But he is insisting that now the economy of the state now be say then they deal with. And because of that, he will not accept that. Because as in the deal with the economy of the state, it affects him as governor. So that's not the matter where they grant now. We don't know as we do them like this, so but now waiting they happen for inside Anambra State. Even though today the marketers also still enter market go protest. They still protested today. They said they no go agree. They carry protest enter market today. They say they no go agree. And in fact, they block road, they block the bridge today. Movement was very difficult today. They were in protest and blocked the bridge, but Soludo say no matter how they use block bridge reach, say he no go, they shake him, say he don't talk with him, talk finish. He's not going back on it. And then say people don't get different opinion concerning this matter. Some people don't talk, say the sit at home, is it really necessary? If you be say on herself on the suffer, or people will be say on the fight for a better cause for now on the suffer for inside the sit at home. What did they do? Because the people economy, just like Soludo talk, will suffer. While others said, no, now a way of showing civil disobedience. And with that, you will show say something that happened for Southeast, and maybe they do like that. But very quickly, let me let you know that the Nigerian police force has uncovered a large-scale cyber-enabled fraud that led to the illegal diversion of telecommunications companies' airtime and data resources, with losses estimated at over 7.7 billion naira. Now, the force through the National Cyber Crime Center said 6 suspects were arrested in connection with the scheme, while several high-value assets believed to be proceeds of the crime was recovered, including houses, Now, according to the police, investigation began after a Nigerian telecommunications company petitioned authorities over suspicious and unauthorized activities detected within its billings and payment systems. In fact, the matter too long. I don't even as a go explain them. It did very, very long. The suspects arrested were identified as Ahmed Bala, Karibu Mohammed Shehu, Umar Habib, Obina Ananaba, Ibrahim Shehu, and Masaud Saad. These are people we said arrest. Police said items recovered during the operation included two residential houses in Kanu, two mini plazas, GSM and laptop retail outlets, stocked with 400 laptops and 1,000 mobile phones, as well as a Toyota RAV4 vehicle, substantial sums of money traced to the suspect's bank account. Plenty things now we say they don't discover. People we cool down, they scam people all this while. And they don't know. I tell you, say, you have a passenger that enter inside APC, right? Okay. And I took over back, I don't go high level meeting with some delegates of delegation from ADC and ahead of the ADC Congress, so if say they plan to hold, and they don't promise say he go rescue Nigeria no matter what happen. And people don't talk. So you see how he's galvanizing people within the ADC. Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress APC youth for inside the southeast have strongly criticized the appointment of Obi Ihedioha, her brother of Emeka Ihedioha, her former governor, as the key leader on as the executive director of the Nigeria Revenue Services (NIRS) by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They not agree. They say no appoint him. He helped Peter Obi win power. Person will help Peter Obi enter government. None of the appoint. No appoint. He helped Peter Obi to win you before you rig the election. He helped Peter Obi win you. No appoint him. So you must see people they protest and why you appoint Emeka Ihedioha, her brother, into a position. But you know, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a very open-minded person. I mean, if you appoint people like Daniel Bola and Reno Mokri, we talk this is all talk now. I mean, in heart they're very open to accept everybody. Now, speaking about the president, a financial analyst Carlo Aja don't talk. Say the Nigerian government intends to borrow 2 trillion naira monthly to finance what he described as wasteful 2026 budget. Say he don't look inside that budget. If you look up, down, look the budget, scrutinize them again. Say nothing there inside the budget, now just nonsense. The same number of things what they do before now still they do. The same wasteful spending, the same everything now still they there. So how on a thing say the country will take better like this? That now what's in the question. If one will continue to do the same thing, how and when you see different results. And according to Aja, the budget focused largely on solar street lights, motorcycles, cash grants. We not go put anything for the economy and other wasteful expenditures. In fact, he said I literally read every page of the 2026 budget. It was a wasted opportunity. Again, just like the 2025 budget, it's all about solar street lights, motorcycles, cash grants, and more wasteful spendings. This is a nation where we are borrowing 2 trillion naira every single month, and you believe the best use of those borrowed funds is in solar street lights on bad roads? And the question we ask, by the way, talking about this, Oga Oyewole will be the tax master of the federation. Don't come and they defend the tax law. And then he said something. He said the money will be say Nigeria, South Africa, they make for taxes. I can't remember that figure directly. Let me see if I can get where that figure was quoted because he did quote a particular figure where this is South Africa they make every month. I mean, for the revenue generation monthly, and then Nigeria they even near that amount of revenue generation, and it did very bad. So because of that one, say this tax reform of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu dey for the right place to make sure say Nigeria meet up for this tax so it be so supposed to be paid. But then it is some things really worrisome because our people they always they very quick to make comparison between Nigeria and any other country, including first world countries. They go tell us say, oh, it's in America they pay so amount in taxes. Oh, in UK they pay so amount in taxes. This one, thank God, seen as South Africa, African country, now they compare us with. However, even as they compare us with African countries like South Africa, it forgets the things and what people they benefit through taxes for South Africa. It forgets. First of all, it forgets say election they at least almost free and fair for South Africa. Election they violent free as it were for South Africa. To a reasonable extent. Election they almost seamless. Not be the type where you say they will snatch ballot box, carry and run away. The kind of elections what we do here. We don't do that kind. They don't do that kind of election in South Africa. In South Africa, people get access to free medical care, including people who will not be citizens as long as they reside there. You can access free medical care. Now, what did make recently? They say South Africans when they pursue Nigerians when they go back their country, go collect um for hospitals. They go enter hospitals, pursue other blacks, and maybe they come out for their hospitals because if you like say they deprive them of the things and weight them the indigents and citizens are supposed to they enjoy. So you see, in South Africa, they have all that. Person go fit sick now, call ambulance, ambulance. See a whole, what did they call them? A whole Anthony Joshua get accident, couldn't even get a stretcher and ambulance to come quickly. You can imagine. So it's easy for you to compare our country to all these people. But the level of corruption and impunity will be said it happen for Nigeria, it happen for South Africa. Make we look at the frivolous expenses of government. South African government go dey like this, comot subsidy, comot this one, comot that one, then go buy private jet, buy new car. Then go do am, make dem no riot finish for that South Africa. They go do am, make dem no riot finish for South Africa. People in South Africa have their own incentives. Electricity na good thing wey they enjoy. I don't tell una before, say the airports in South Africa alone, they consume 10,000 megawatts. 2 times of our whole country electricity supply. Nigeria still dey battle 5,000 megawatts. And airports for South Africa, they enjoy 10,000 megawatts. We never talk of the entire country. Over 50,000 megawatts thereabouts. Now they enjoy. So if they talk about country where BC they give their people dividend of democracy, then they see and say this thing would enjoy them. And a country where BC they feel hold their leaders accountable. If they want riot, they go riots. Now that country now they won't use make comparison. A place where the tax where they pay, they see the result of the tax. They see what they're doing with the tax funds. So not be say then they tell them, they see the result of the tax. But in Nigeria, please, the ones who have been done, they collect that. You see, now from the smell of food, they know whether it goes sweet. The tax one they collect them. Which one are they use and do? First of all, this administration, I don't even think this administration get any moral right to even talk to us about taxes. If not that you're forcing it on us and we're just doing it. I'm so sorry to say. You're forcing it on us because you have the power and you're the government and we don't have any choice. We have to do it. You don't have any moral rights to impose taxes on us. You know why? Because this same administration tell us when they come more subsidies, say they go use and do some meaningful things for us, get us good health care, put them into proper equipping our education system, good roads and all that. How many of that do we have sufficiently in Nigeria today? How many good education we will get sufficiently for Nigeria today? How many good roads we will get sufficiently for Nigeria today? How many securities we go feel they proud of what we get for inside our country today? So when the subsidy where you come out, when you say suppose you give us something, you know, do one. How do we not believe that when you take taxes, you do those things? When you know do one, when you come out subsidy, how do we believe you? You see, that's a problem. That's a problem. There's trust deficit because of the actions of our politicians. Instead, now politicians they are paying and rise more. Governors pay rise, even though say if they count the money, the value of the money from when it be say it be no rich like that to now, they go talk saying just about the same thing. But governors, their money where they take rise, National Assembly their own increase, politicians' money increase, including executives. Judicial reserve, they will increase money for them. But then how did that help the life of the common man for inside Nigeria? So they always very shameful anytime women. Yeah, I've seen it. He said South Africa generates over 60 trillion naira from personal income tax. Nigeria will still be under 3 trillion. Very good. We did under 3 trillion. Very good. You will know, you go fit. I swear, I dare honor to do waiting, give Nigerians waiting South Africa, they give their citizens. I dare our government. Give Nigeria waiting South Africa, they give their government. I dare you. So it's not about coming to preach to us the need why you have to take all these taxes. Our government is very wasteful. Not because they complain about what did they call them now? About your budget, street lights, solar street lights. I've never seen a country where we say every year would they repeat the same thing inside our budget. Every year would they buy spoon, fork, knife. Every year would they buy street light. Every year would they buy computer for offices. Every year would they buy AC fan. Every year would they buy vehicles. Every year for inside budgets. Things when they spoil, would they buy them every year. Now there people they from come chop money every year. Countries where we say things that happen, they would scrutinize that and they would shout. Because how do you tell me these things destroy every year? But they buy them every year. And I know we'll see those ones. Countries where they're accountable to their citizens. More than you give us example. Give us example of accountability. Give us example of dividends of democracy. And I know will give us. Now the one will go impoverish us more. How do you tax people, float naira, do everything, and at the same time, and you're making excuses for it? Well, I beg. make a come out before they will come for me now because it's just very painful. All right. So the Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress (TUC) have jointly declared that the indefinite strike by workers of the Federal Capital Territory Administration (FCTA) remains lawful and must continue, openly defying a recent injunction from the National Industrial Court ordering its suspension. Now, the industrial action, which commenced on January 19, 2026, under the banner of the Joint Union Action Committee (JUAC), stems from long-standing grievances, including unpaid promotion arrears, non-payment. Why you no go pay promotion arrears? Non-payment of delays in wage awards, non-remittance of National Housing Fund and pensions deductions, poor working conditions, lack of training opportunities, and other welfare entitlements that the workers are demanding for. But rather, the FCT minister Oganyi Sumiki go on National Industrial Court, go collect orders, and they stop them from going on the strike. And then he's saying that nobody can intimidate them. But unfortunately, the workers now don't talk, say the matter no consign them. So they know, but then NLC they tell them say that's in affect only about two people. Them the court injunction affect two people, they don't affect the entire union. So for that, they'll continue with the strike. Meanwhile, ISWAP terrorists ambushed Nigerian troops near the massacre in Borno State yesterday, killing 7 soldiers and capturing 13 other soldiers, including a commanding officer. And the news has been silent about this. Our officers, 7 of our soldiers don't die for inside attack. We did quiet about them. We never talk. No, it's no day. The attack has heightened concerns over the growing growing threat of insurgency in the region, in Nigeria generally. So this now waiting happen, but we're quiet about it. We no go talk about them. We will leave them. Well, Nigerians phone lines are open, Jerry, before our mental health is affected. 081702940077. That's the number to call to be part of the conversation. I don't mean to take so much time today so that we will fit wrap up quickly and retire. 081702940077. That is the number to call. Or you follow the link on the pinned post and it will bring you straight into the studio to join the conversation in the studio. Or you call the number 081702940077. Now, Suleiman Faizat, a 20-year-old University of Ilorin nursing student who was reported missing on January 22, 2026, was later found arrested and detained in police custody for 5 days, denied phone access, and cut off from family. The incident has sparked outrage over what many are calling arbitrary, unlawful detentions of people in Nigeria. Now, it was reported by, in fact, it's crazy. So they report a young girl missing, and then only for people to find her say, na actually police station, I carry her, seize her phone, leave her inside there. The way everybody did walk out. Oh, well, and another development, an operative of the Department of State Services has opened fire on 3 residents in Karamijiji, Majigi village in the Federal Capital Territory, killing 2 people. The DSS operative, identified as Ajayi Abayomi, has reportedly gone into hiding following the incidents on January 19, 2020. And not just this 19th of January, 9 do waiting in June. Now, according to a police source, he has refused to honor an invitation sent to him to help with their investigation. So Abayomi had earlier told the police that the shooting was unintentional, claiming he accidentally pulled the trigger of his pistol. While Musa Adamu died a few hours after the incident on January 19, the other victim, Malam Sulaiman Salisu, died on Wednesday, January 28th, and at the Federal Medical Center in Abuja. In fact, the third person we hear is also fighting for his life. The third person is fighting for his life, as we hear. So the man opened fire for 3 people, killed them, just like that. The incident it's crazy, the things that we hear in Nigeria. The 3 men were going about their lawful businesses when he shot them. The bullets first hit Musa Adamu, who is now dead. The same bullet sliced through the stomach wall of Malam Sulaiman Salisu and finally ended its journey in the left hand of Abdullahi Ahmed. A brother of one of the victims also confirmed the incident. It's really very sad. The DSS officer Abayomi Ajani, I do this also. Well, gunmen kidnapped pregnant woman in Ondo community, 90-year-old man injured. In fact, they also kidnapped another 5 women for the same Ondo community who did they ask for 100 million naira as ransom. And as I speak to you like this, so now, in fact, people don't they complain, sir. As these same gunmen who will they call bandits, so who will never still be called terrorists, which should go me the advocates for. And then they do all these wonders. And then they commit all these wonders. So as I speak to you, the 166 people will remain for the captivity for the hands of the bandits from the Sokoto incident. The bandits or the terrorists don't finally talk, say, see their man, they will pay them. See, they will pay them 250 million, including 20 motorcycles. Without that, they don't go pay them. So Nigerians have been complaining about this. That, excuse me. Why Ibi say she Gumi, a commanding officer, who come like this, come they bow before Shigumi, they greet and they salute them. Yes, we know he's a former military officer, but people they talk say, eh. So this is the reason why they no go fear arrest now because the man power gallant where now. See him now. In power gallant where now. So that's why there's nothing that can be done. He can say anything and get away with it, but others can't say anything and get away with it because this is Nigeria where laws need to work for everybody. You will just work for a few persons, but you know go work for everybody. You see that video, that one don't get people talking when we say naval officer, the salutes she go they bend down before him, you know, as former military officer going big. But then with all the things we say you don't do, people they even suspect, say he should be called to order because of the things he said concerning these bandits. But unfortunately, we are where we are today. Nigeria's phone lines are open. Please, let's just jump into the conversation as fast as we can while I end the show very quickly. All right, let's see. Okay, I did tell you that the Do government have arrested 3 former student union leaders over the protest we happened for Ikoma. They secretly arrest them and they don't want make people know about them. Okay, that one said they happen. So those people are there for the hands of their captive. And then yep. So very quickly, the African Democratic Congress (APC) ADC has announced the constitution of 15 members, wise men and women policy and manifesto committee. The development was confirmed in a press statement issued by the National Publicity Secretary. Bolaji Abdullahi today, Wednesday, following the approval of the committee. And you know, person where they lead the committee now, John Oyegi, John, yeah, Oga Oyegu, yes. And meanwhile, people like Patutomi and all that, they for part of the committee, we could draft their manifesto. And just very quickly, nearly 2 years after the killing of a Nigerian Air Force cadet officer, Emmanuel Chidiebere Onyeomereniche, has his family has again accused the military of deliberately covering up the circumstances surrounding his death, alleging the investigators already know who murdered him, but are unwilling to make the information public and then hold the person accountable. It is very sad. So the family, the son, and no one person will kill our son accountable. I mean, on a live and make it a roam around the streets. This is not fair. This is really very, very unfair. And I told you earlier that the Human Rights Commission, don't they talk say, both for the market closure, both for everything. I beg government make you put not inside. This is not fair. That people should be able to decide when they want to go to the markets or not concerning the Onitsha incident. And then for the protest for Lagos State, they said same thing too. Now, just very quickly, an umbrella body of the organization of Fulani cattle headers and pastoralists in Nigeria, Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Magban, has condemned the presidential pardon granted to Yoruba self-determination activist Sunday Adeyemo, on yeah, they said so. So the organization described the pardon as a grave miscarriage of justice and a painful reminder of Nigeria's state's failure to protect Fulani lives in Oyo states. I beg, I don't want to talk about this matter because if I begin to talk about this matter, it will too long. Nigerians, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you for being part of the show, Jerry. I love and appreciate you guys. Please ensure you protect your mental health. I must retire because Nigerian matter. It will make you crazy. If you've not liked this post, please ensure that you like it, share it, and make sure it gets to as many people as possible. Kindly like, share, make sure that it gets to as many people as possible. I'll see you again tomorrow evening with Dr. Kajan Anoju. For now, protect your mental health. Good night and God bless you. Thank you for watching.